All right, let's talk about something that's been making huge waves in the tech world. We're looking at an AI that does customer service. Sounds pretty standard, right? Well, this one just landed a valuation that has everybody's jaw on the floor. $4.5 billion. Just let that number sink in for a second. That's a bigger valuation than a lot of established airlines, more than some massive software companies. And it's for an AI that just answers customer support tickets. So you gotta ask, why? What is going on here?
So that's the big question, isn't it? What is this AI doing that's so special, so revolutionary, that it justifies that kind of money? We're going to break down the tech, the strategy, and the massive, massive problem that Decagon AI says it's finally solved.
To really get why this is such a big deal, you first have to understand the world that Decagon was born into. And let me tell you, their rise has been unbelievably fast.
I mean, look at this timeline. Just a handful of years ago, we were all trapped in what you could call the decision tree era. Then, Decagon pops up in 2023, and by early 2026, boom, they hit that unicorn on steroids valuation. That kind of speed tells you they didn't just make something a little bit better. They changed the entire game.
So let's talk about that game they changed. That decision tree thing, it's not just some tech jargon. Oh no. It is a shared, global frustration that I guarantee every single one of us has felt.
You know the voice, that slightly robotic, dead-end response. We have all been there, right? Stuck in that chatbot loop from hell, just hammering the zero key on our phone, screaming, "Let me talk to a person." This exact universal pain point is what Decagon was built to absolutely demolish. And this really lays out the whole shift perfectly. On the left, you've got the old bots. They're just dumb keyword matchers following a super rigid script. You use a word they don't recognize, the whole system just falls apart. But Decagon, on the right, it's all about understanding what you mean. It doesn't care how you ask for a refund, it gets that you want one and it starts making it happen. And here's the kicker for businesses. All those broken chatbots weren't just annoying for us, they were incredibly expensive. Companies were literally paying for the useless bot software and then paying a whole army of human agents to come in and clean up the mess the bots made. It was a money pit. So how did Decagon fix it? Well, their first huge idea wasn't just about making the AI smarter, it was about making it safer by giving it a really strict, easy-to-understand rulebook. They call them Agent Operating Procedures, or AOPs. And you can honestly think of it like a digital leash for the AI. A customer service manager with zero coding skills can just write out simple rules in plain English, and the AI has to follow them, no exceptions. And look how simple it is. A manager types a rule, the AI gets it, and then it follows that rule perfectly, 100% of the time. It's not just a suggestion, it's a law that the AI cannot break. And this is so crucial. It solves the #1 nightmare for any company using AI. Hallucinations, when the AI just makes stuff up. Decagon's AI can't suddenly offer a customer a free car or invent a new company policy because its rulebook literally won't let it. It's like putting guardrails on the AI superhighway. But giving the AI rules, that was only half the solution. The real magic, and a huge reason for that valuation, is what they let the AI do once it knew the rules. This is where it gets really good. So they have this thing called a multi-agent verification system. It's actually genius. One AI, the drafter, figures out what to say and do. But, and this is the key, before that message ever gets to you, a second AI, the reviewer, checks its work against that rulebook. It's like having one person write an email and a manager proofread it before it's sent, except it happens in less than a second. And the result of all this tech? An absolutely insane 80% average ticket deflection rate. Now, let's be really clear what that means. It means that for huge companies, 8 out of every 10 customer problems are completely solved by the AI, without a human ever touching it. Just think for a second about the impact that has on a company's costs. Because this AI doesn't just chat with you, it acts. It actually plugs into the company's back-end systems, Salesforce, Shopify, you name it, and it processes the refund, it reschedules your delivery, it changes your subscription. This isn't just a chatbot. It's a digital worker that gets things done, whether it's on text, on the phone, or in a chat window. And we're not talking about small startups testing this out. These are massive, well-known companies trusting Decagon to be the public face of their brand. From travel with Avis, to fintech with Chime, to e-commerce with 1-800-Flowers, this is being used at a huge scale right now. So, okay, they've basically solved reactive customer support. But what they're doing next is where this story gets really futuristic. They're shifting the whole model from being reactive to being proactive. Get this. Their new proactive agents completely flip customer service upside down. Instead of waiting for you to call them angry about a delayed package, the AI is constantly monitoring for problems. And when it finds one, it reaches out to you first with a solution already in hand. I mean, just imagine getting a text like this. Before you've even realized there's a problem, the company has already found it, apologized, and given you a discount. That doesn't just solve a problem. It turns a potential disaster into a moment where you actually love the company more. That's a game changer.
Which brings us right back to where we started. The hype, the tech, and that massive $4.5 billion number. So after all that, is it really worth it? Well, when you lay it all out like this, the valuation suddenly starts to click. On the left, you have the old way. Insane costs for human teams and customers leaving because of bad experiences. On the right, you have Decagon's solution, automating 80% of those costs away, all while creating a proactive experience that makes customers more loyal. The investors aren't just betting on cool technology, they're betting on a completely new and wildly profitable way of doing business. And that leaves us with one last really interesting question to think about. This kind of tech doesn't just change a support department, it changes the nature of work itself. If an AI can smoothly handle 8 out of every 10 routine problems, what does that free up humans to do? What becomes our new, more valuable role? Now that's the real $4.5 billion question.